So let me just introduce myself on behalf of Startup Stairs. My name is Janvi, and today we have gathered here to share our ideas and make this session more interactive and more knowledgeable. So let me just welcome you to the webinar Idea to Prototype to Unicorn, conferred by Startup Stairs. Like we all know that the circumstances that are going on these days, in these testing times of challenges, I, Janvi, on behalf of Startup Stairs, hopes not just for wellness, but growth and ever boosting enthusiasm for all of you. Today, we have the people with the like minded people and with higher aspirations like spirits have gathered here to discuss and share our ideas and strategy and to have the greatest of interactions with our special guest, Mr. Sandeep Agrawal. So basically in this session we are here to share our knowledge and be very interactive as far as I'm telling you since the beginning of the session. So in this session we will be able to analyze how our baby seed of an idea can grow like a full-fledged tree with multiple fruits. Today we will be able to figure out the perfect ways of planning and implementing for our startups. Let's first get to know about Startup Stairs as a company that is giving us this lovely opportunity of gathering together to learn the technicalities. For that, I would like to introduce you all to Miss Preet Sandhu Sehag. Ma'am, the founder of Startup Stairs, she has supported and empowered the evolution of startups to make them create employment and wealth. So Preet ma'am is already here, guys, because this is a technical thing. Can we just, at least give a gesture of clapping our hands and welcome Preet ma'am to give away her words? Preet ma'am, we are eager to hear from you about Startup Stairs.
Let me unmute. Yeah, am I audible now?
Ma'am, the voice is breaking in between.
Just a moment. Is it okay now? Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Janvi. Thank you so much for your gracious virtual welcome. I do on the behalf of Startup Stairs. Once again, welcome all my audience and would like to start by giving a very brief about us. So we are a Accelerator based out in Gurgaon and we work pan-India. We are a team of experts from the various domains. Our vision is to connect investors, partners, and clients to the potential startups. We aim to fast track startups from the idea stage to the growth stage. We provide support, human and financial capital, and unparalleled networking and connections to the startups at the earliest stage of their company when they need it the most. Our founding members are from the various domains such as technology, marketing, and legal. We benefit at two significant checkpoints. They get reliable filter and credit startups, and their risk of investment is less. Likewise, startups are also benefited from the easy investor access and comprehensive support by the core team of the Startup Stairs. Through today's session, we want to enlighten our audience about the fine journey from the idea to prototype to the unicorn. So that's all about the Startup Stairs, and we have recently started the webinar series so that we can make our audience aware what kind of the support we can give to the startups from the ideation stage, because that is the stage when everybody needs a kind of mentorship, the guidance and the support. So in our have expert from every domain, whatever the domain is required actually in the industry. So we have experts from the marketing team, we have experts from the technology team, technical team is with us, and also from the accounting, finance, and legal. So it's a one-stop solution for the startups, the people who are at the ideation stage. They can come to us, we incubate them, and then we take them at some stage and then accelerate them, and we get them a complete virtual, or we can say a very transparent in the connect investors and the VCs. So that's how the idea and the Startup Stairs, the main agenda of the Startup Stairs is. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much, Preet ma'am, for your lovely words. And thank you so much, Startup Stairs, for giving us this opportunity to connect together. Guys, do you have any kind of questions that you would like to ask from Preet ma'am? Anything about Startup Stairs? Anything that you would like to know? Preet ma'am, I
Fees
guess this
which
is a
we
very.
charge from us?
Yes, yes, Ayush.
Would there be any fees that we charge from the startups?
Are you? Thanks for asking such important questions. So I must say we do not charge anything. The person who is having an idea that is worth to us, so we do not charge it.
That's a
That's
beautiful
great.
initiative, Preet ma'am.
Ma'am, how can we
But
approach?
of course, I'm not saying that we are doing everything at free of cost. We will take your ideas worth.
Ma'am, so how can we approach?
Yeah.
Hello.
You can follow social Startup Stairs on all the social medias, and you can get all the updates from there as well. Shobhit,
Okay, ma'am.
I'll just ask the team to type all the social media links over here in the chat column.
Okay, ma'am. So, is there any competition where we have to pitch our idea, or
So,
we can
Shobit,
cold
we
email?
yeah. So, Shobit, we will soon coming up with the cohort thing. So we will launch our program, and that program will be of between 60 days to 120 days, wherein we will invite the startups. So we have defined domains, and our preference is edtech, education industry, medical industry, healthcare industry, and of course the agriculture industry. Post pandemic, in that people are very much they are health conscious, and we have to definitely work on our health and the choice of the foods and everything. So that is why on the top, food industry is on the top. And second, since we have seen that we have to work from home, we have to upgrade our skills, jobs are changed, and the requirement of skills is also changed. So everybody has to work, has to learn every day, to keep them up to the mark. So the education industry, we have given the preference to the education industry. And third, the most important industry is the healthcare industry. So these are the three domains in which we will invite the startups.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other from anybody? Uh,
Hello.
yeah, Mr. Joshi.
Any? So I wanted to ask, like, are you involved in SaaS based B2B, SaaS, SMB, or SME? That also, is there any plan to support SaaS based startups from out of India?
Definitely. So when you talk about SaaS based, that is the technology. Definitely, technology is required in every domain. So if the SaaS based platform is in the agri tech, if it is in the ed tech, if it is in the just a moment, if it is in the healthcare sector, definitely we will prefer.
Ma'am, if it is in the real estate business type, or like B2B or B2C.
So, Shobit, that is a business model. That is a
Yes,
business
ma'am.
of. When you come up with there is a product, right? So that product can be SaaS based. That product can be on the technology, right? When you
Yes,
talk about
ma'am.
model, it can be B2B, it can be B2C, it can be D2C, it can be so these are the categories of the business model. So it depends on the product, how you are catering the market. So define that how your business model will go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay.
Hello. Hello, Preetam. This is Sumit here from Mumbai.
Yes, Sumit.
Ma'am, we are actually working on a pharma startup. It's on early pilot run stage. So,
Okay.
ma'am, what I wanted to know, we need to join that cohort for basically, us being associated with you. Because as I told you, we are a early stage. We are doing a pilot run, so we won't be that much be involved in that cohort, or if we can dedicate some time. So unless and until we don't join the cohort, we won't be able to, associate with you in that way.
So Sumit, I must clear you. We are seeing I'm not saying that we are incubating and then, getting people to, polish their idea, and then, they come to the early seeds, early stage, and then we are getting them to the investors. No. So initially, definitely, when I say program varies from 60 days to 120 days, that means the idea has been started from the, I think Sandeep ji has joined.
Yes,
Janvi,
Preet ma'am. Yes, Preet ma'am. Sir has joined. All right, guys, we will be taking more of your questions, but right now I know that how excited we all are to meet our special guest today, Mr. Sandeep sir, who is finally here with us, and we all are super, super excited to know more from him. Sir, first of all, thank you so very much for being here. We are delighted with your prestigious presence. I would just officially take a moment to, introduce you to all our people in a very formal way, definitely. Okay, so guys, because this session is going to be highly, highly important for all of us, a very one of the best experiences of our lifetimes, because Sandeep ji himself is here, who is going to share his techniques, his success story himself with all of us. So this is the biggest of all opportunities for all of us. So the one who is a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, internet visionary, and philanthropist, he's popularly known as the father of marketplaces in India. He has founded two marketplaces in India so far: ShopClues, India's first managed marketplace in 2011, which became the fifth unicorn of consumer internet in India, and Broom, India's first marketplace for automobiles in 2014. He contributes his bit for Digital India, startup entrepreneurialism, and fundraising, and is also an author for his bestseller biography, Fall Again, Rise Again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from all of you, and let's give a tribute to Mr. Sandeep sir, who is here for all of us. Thank you so much, sir. A virtual clap for you, a virtual welcome to you in this technical world, a virtual thing, a virtual love for you to be here. We are delighted with your prestigious presence.
Thank you, Janvi. You have been very, very kind with your words, and happy to meet all of you. I was actually looking forward for this session, and especially when I learned the roots of the organization, or maybe a lot of audiences from Chandigarh. I knew I had to do this. I was born and raised in Chandigarh. My parents live in Chandigarh. All of my childhood memories are from Chandigarh. So I had to give back. I apologize. I have been under weather. It's not COVID, but I've been under weather for last 4 or 5 days, and my throat is still hurting. But so again, thank you for having me, guys. I hope all of you are keeping safe and healthy. So let me just begin by saying that all of you who are joining and attending, I think minimum you have made one step forward. If I use the historical analogy of, are you part of the gold rush in California, or are you participating in industrial revolution in Europe in 1750? If you are listening to this, I think you are absolutely have expressed somewhere a desire to be part of that gold rush, which is happening. So let me say 2 things. Number one, whatever is happening in India, especially last 1 decade, has been the renaissance of technological, digital, startup, entrepreneurial revolution in India. No time ever in the history of modern India we have seen the democratization of entrepreneurship, where independent of your last name, family, or whether you were born with silver spoon in your mouth or not, the entrepreneurial opportunity is equally available to all of you. Whether it is me, or founder of Flipkart, or Snapdeal, or Paytm, or Baiju, and Ola, Uber, and so many other, there are only 2-3 things common. We all were born in a typical middle-class family background. While growing up, there was a lot of emphasis on education, whether we completed or not, because half of the entrepreneurs are dropouts. but whether we completed or not. And none of them were family-owned businesses. We are a first generation entrepreneur. And you can see, from 1956, when US started having Xerox, Hewlett Packard, National Semiconductor, followed by Dell, HP, Compaq, and many other things. US had a 80 years jump start versus where we are in United States, right? Where we are in India right now. But India has come long way in last 1 decade. I was born and raised in Chandigarh. I went to United States during the dot-com boom for my higher studies. I was spending money in a business school at a very wrong time where I should be actually creating startup and making money. So that was a beginning of that unmet desire, which resulted into eventually for Shop Clues and Room. But let me just share with you how far we have already come. And if you're still not part of that, I would also like to share where we are headed so that you can be part of this gold rush. When I came to next month, I will complete 10 years since I'm back in India. I came here to start Shop Clues. That time, there were 80 million internet users. There may be 2 million people who bought something online. And something they bought online was probably 150 rupees Chetan Bhagat book or a 200 rupees t-shirt, but not big ticket items. Right? The public and private value of all the internet companies was less than $3 billion. There were same 5 venture capital firm which will be behind any company which said, I raise some money. These venture capitalists, no offense to them, but that time almost behaved like a money lenders rather than truly a venture capitalist. Right? And there were same 24 angel investors who will be behind every company or every entrepreneur who got little bit or who got their first check from other than their father or father-in-law. And that is where the ecosystem was. And today, and I would say there were probably 250 new age internet type of companies, including some old ones like Naukri.com or IndiaMart and Just Dial and Make My Trip, but some new ones, including the one I was creating, Shop Clues or Flipkart and Snapdeal and Urban Touch Fashion, and many of them don't even exist now. So that was 2011 when I came to India. And today, if you look at the ecosystem, India has 800 million internet users, no longer 80 million, so 10-time increase. Before COVID, 60 to 70 million people bought something online. After COVID, that number is 250 million. No wonder all e-commerce companies are doing so well, right? That number was 2 million in 2011, right? Third, there are probably 100 venture capital firms, no longer 5. And all of them are very daring and take a lot of risk. In terms of angel investor, I think, I found for Droom, some of my angel investor, even 7 years back from a city, Ahmedabad. Who would have thought some angel investors will come from Ahmedabad, right? So I would say that maybe there are 100,000, 200,000 angel investors who do not mind writing 10, 20 checks for a good idea, passionate entrepreneur early on, right? And here is, right, and then I would say there are probably India has maybe at least 100,000 startups which are meaningful, and the value of these internet or new age companies, internet companies, the value of these companies, public and private together, is around 250 billion, up from 3 billion in 2011. So where in the world you find an opportunity which can go from less than 3 billion to 250 billion in 1 decade, right? So this is a kind of intensity which has already occurred right in front of our eyes in 10 years. And so first of all, if you are still guessing that if you're still guessing that Zomato IPO is a bubble and we are living in a world which is not sustainable and realistic, I think you are just very, very cynical. You are not going to believe ever, and can, it's very similar to in 1850 when the world's largest gold rush was discovered in California. Only 150,000 people across Earth moved to California in hope of that gold, right? And 7% of those 150,000 found gold, 10,500, right? But there was one thing common among everyone who found that gold. They were in California. You could not be in London, you could not be in Paris, you could not be in Shanghai or New Delhi and find that gold. Why I'm saying is that the gold rush is happening in India, and it's not only for wealth. There's a social transformation, there's upliftment of the country, there's a deepest level reach of all the product and services which every Indian deserve to consume independent of their geographical and income level is being made possible through the new age companies, right? So that gold rush is there, and I hope you are a part of that. And if US and China are precursor to what can happen in India, then this is just a beginning of a very long-term bull run. My feeling is the 100,000 startups which are meaningful will be at least 500,000 by 2025. And the value created by these companies, which has gone up from 3 billion to 250 billion, in my view, will be 500 to 800 billion by 2025. And this could be actually, in fact, 1 to 1.2 trillion by 2030, right? And that is a potential. US has 280, 300 million internet users. It has created roughly $12 trillion in new wealth, all in last 27 years. China has as many internet users as India has, maybe slightly higher, right? It has already created $5 trillion in new wealth. So India as 250 billion is just a beginning of a very large bull run. And I truly hope a lot of you take a plunge and create world-class company. Time and tide wait for none, and fortune follows a brave. And I hope you take a plunge, because you can only make an impact in this industry when you choose to be a part of this industry, right? So I hope a lot of you do that. I was given a couple of specific questions. I'm happy to kind of a specific topic. I'll try to address some of those topics, and absolutely would love to take a few questions. So number one, I think the question is how to validate your idea. Look, if Thomas Edison, Graham Bell, and Wright brothers were trained how to validate their ideas, I think we will be still living in the world without bulb, without plane, and without telephone. So, at the end of the day, entrepreneurship is a real test of one's conviction. And if you are doing something innovative which has not done before, everyone you will look to validate your idea will only discourage you. I think people used to think that Thomas Edison is crazy. He's gone mad. The light can only come from candle and diyas and from fire. There's nothing called bulb, right? Wright brothers were told that only birds can fly. There's no way a large machinery can fly, right? And two people can only talk when they can speak and they can hear each other, and machinery cannot help. But these people, completely proven lot of, for that era's general belief to be completely not valid. So same way, I would say idea validation should be in your mind, right? Of course, you can use business acumen. I can tell you empirically, if you are choosing an idea which has a large addressable opportunity, high gross margin, right? How your idea is changing something which was done previously, but it is cheaper, faster, better. All those are good signs, but not every idea will have that kind of luxury. So you just need to have a very strong conviction. A lot of time, great ideas, not every, lot of time the ideas are eureka moment. A lot of time ideas take uh, decades before they are economically or practically even viable, right? So, but yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, just to give you at least some sound bites which you can use in your daily life, is if the total addressable opportunity is large, that is very good for an entrepreneur. If you are part of an industry where margins are high, it is very good. If you are part of an idea where there's no heavy upfront capital cost, like if your idea is to send a person to Mars and you need minimum 500 million to have that minimum viable product, a spaceship which can take someone from Earth to Mars and bring them back, right? You better be Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos to get that kind of money without proving your work before, right? So there's so many ways one can look for the idea, but if you want every third person you speak to, give you thumbs up for your idea, that is not a kind of validation in my view one should look for, because more and more people are validating everything you are doing. I think you are not disrupting and you are not bringing an innovation which can change the world. So in other words, all I'm saying is there may not be a lot of validation for things you want to do. So a lot of time you may be driven by gut, right? That you are changing world and you need to have a, unwavering faith that this can work. Second thing I think you are asking me to touch upon is what is $1 billion idea? Well, look, if every $1 billion idea you ask me to tell you, then I will tell you, but I'll have to kill you also, right? So it is like that. It's as I mentioned to you, if you find friction in something which is done already and you find friction, right? If you find a cheaper way of doing something, or if you can add a lot of delight to something which has been done before but in a painful manner, every of that idea is $1 billion, right? Lakshmi Narayan Mittal became the richest NRI in the steel business at a time when almost everyone was getting bankrupt, right? So there's a money can be made anytime, but again, as I mentioned to you, if you identify a problem and you're solving it cheaper than, faster than, better than others, and total addressable opportunity is large, you don't need to be the business genius, but you have decent enough business acumen in terms of how will you make money, monetize it, and you eventually can use technology and people and processes to create scale around your business. I think you can create $1 billion company. Right now, India has 55 unicorn, and in my view, by 2025, there would be, I would say, another 150 to 200 million. Both China and USA have close to 200 each, unicorns. So, so there's a lot of opportunity. And right now, new age companies and whatever market they handle, those markets are still not even 5% of the total addressable market for the same product, same service, or same vertical in offline world. So opportunities are very, very large. I feel that, just think about long-term horizon, use of technology, innovation, disruption, removing friction, bringing more delight, and ability to make money. Eventually, each one of those could be $1 billion business. I think sorry, I'm just going through the list of a few topics you wanted me to cover. Another topic you are asking is how to master prototype building. Look, by the time you are telling a friend or a family or a sibling or a colleague that I want to do this, right? That this is not your first prototype. that came as a thought to your mind probably some time back, and you kept on refining, and you reached to a stage where rather than getting judged, you felt like sharing it with someone. So guess what? The moment you share your idea with someone, I think you have already done 3 or 5 prototype in your own mind, that what is this idea, why this, why now, why me, right? As you start talking more people, and that idea becomes inseparable from who you are. You wake up thinking about that idea, you sleep thinking about that idea, you dream about that idea. You are prototyping, you are just getting better, right? By the time Shah Rukh Khan got his first movie and director said action, he was already prototyping in the mirror while driving his bike, while sitting in a party, that this is how I'm going to act when I'm going to become the lead Bollywood hero, right? Same way, an idea keep on growing and become better with the thinking. When you discuss more with people, you create some scribble notes, you draw down something on a slide, you do a whiteboard session. And today, if someone shows you an iPhone 1, you will say, seriously, someone paid $1,000 for this smartphone? I would not even pay $50 for this, but for that time it was good. And over time, with the power of prototype, look at iPhone 12, it is as good as money can buy, right? And hopefully when we see iPhone 20, with the power of prototype, it will be much better than what we see today, right? So the power of prototype is the harshest reality of building a new age company, right? In that, there I would only say one thing: never ever suffer from delusion of grandeur, right? If you are going to launch your product or service, and the first version of product or service is something you are super proud of, I think you have compromised with speed to market. You have compromised with power of prototype, and you have probably taken awfully long time to create a product or service. Because my suggestion to everyone out there is, think about a product or service, have a long-term vision, but tone it down. Think about the best, but tone it down to better, tone it down to good, tone it down to good enough. Good enough is what you start with, and 6 months later, 1 year or 2 years later, you are at best. But if you start with the best in mind, because of resource constraint, time constraint, many other practical challenges, you will never be able to launch a product or service. But if you launch a product and service and it sucks, it's not the perfect what you were thinking, over time you will find ways to make it work. And that's just a practical suggestion I have for you guys in terms of believe in a power prototype. I work with Microsoft, and that time new version of Windows will come after 4 to 6 years. So for 6 years, we will keep on collecting the things which we will make better and fix it and refine it in the next version. With internet, you can launch a service, and every 2 hours you can make it better. You can refine it, right? Look at again, every Bollywood hero, right? The top Bollywood actor or even Hollywood actor, when you see their first movie, you'll say, seriously, they look like this and someone gave them a lead actor role, right? But with the power of prototype, look at them now. So much more evolved, sophisticated, smart, and all the finesse and perfection. So all I'm saying is, guys, never suffer from delusion of grandeur when you are in a startup, right? But always remember, in startup, kal kare to aaj kare to ab. Start somewhere, and with a power prototype, make it better, rather than having this, this delusion of grandeur that I'm going to build a product, the whole world will be in awe, which is great. This is how entrepreneurs should behave, but you also need to be very, very pragmatic, that an awe product may also take awfully long time, and that may not be good for ecosystem in terms of speed to market, competition, your ability to raise money, and some of the good milestone on the way. So anyhow, that is what I would say. And then there are one or two more topics my team provided, which is the topics you guys wanted to kind of me to cover. So, I think there's one question is about, growing your business post COVID. Look, I think COVID has made it more clear that anything which is capital intensive can have a problem because your business can be closed down for extended period of time. Anything which rely heavily on physical resources may not be fully utilized in a COVID type of situation. Anything which is dependent on people heavy business may suffer, right? Like hotel industry or construction, lot of other industries, physical retail. Imagine you paying 200 to 400 rupees per square feet for a retail shop, and for 4 months it was closed down, right? Imagine all the inventory in a fast moving fashion where you bought a full summer collection in the beginning of the COVID wave 1 and hoping for a great summer season. And now by the time you open your store, it's already winter is about to come. And even those clothes are brand new, sealed in a box, probably have no value next year, right? So avoid capital heavy business, avoid people heavy business, avoid inventory heavy business, and completely leverage those businesses which are asset light, solve problem through technology, are geography agnostic, theoretically can have unlimited reach. I mean, look at some of the companies like Baiju, Unacademy. A lot of our edutech companies have done so remarkably well because you don't need to be there in a physical university to get education. You don't need to have a teacher 3 feet away from you to get the best education, right? So, necessity is a mother of invention, and COVID has taught us a lot of, kind of new rules are becoming more important. Someone who identify these trends and these problems better than others will end up creating world-class companies. Every challenge like COVID creates immense level of business opportunity, and I hope a lot of you prevail with larger business opportunities, come up with ideas which are asset light, people light, technology heavy, and can create world-class company. Independent of COVID, India has very high cost of capital. India has very expensive real estate. India is essentially, unlike US, Western Europe, and Japan, is a low trust market, right? And India lacks the large format modern retailing, which you can find in USA, Singapore, Dubai, Canada. India lacks that, independent of COVID or not. So that actually create, honestly, lots of opportunity for lots of businesses, right? Leveraging the pervasiveness of internet, high speed mobile, and low cost data plan can really give birth to lot of world-class businesses. And I truly hope you guys take benefit of that. Then I guess one more topic is methodology and approaches used by unicorn founders. Look, guys, in terms of my life story, I would just say 6-7 things. Number one, I always believe it takes 8 to 10 years to create a world-class company, right? So number lesson I would say is always take long-term approach. Second is, don't underestimate the power of capital. Gone are the days where you need to buy 200-acre land, import machinery from Germany, have 2,000 labor before you can create your first revenue. But still, the modern style new age businesses still need a lot of money upfront. So never underestimate need of capital. Third is always don't get used to whatever in the first 6 months or 1 year you will see as the scale of your business. Always have an aspiration to create a very large scale. a scale in the category which was never done by human being before. You need to have aspiration to have that kind of scale. Try to solve business problem or build scale which is enabled by technology rather than people, right? Always, they say you cannot control until you measure, right? So always measure, because if you don't measure, you will not be able to know what are the underlying problems in your business, right? There are a couple of other things. I think I don't know. Like it is actually who I am. I don't know about others. I have been very, very passionate about the things I do. I will not touch anything, but if I touch anything, I will be very passionate about it. I will always bring 200% of me, and then also have maybe a personality factor of don't take no for an answer, right? There was one topic about validation of an idea, right? I mean, typically people who have done well and disrupted the market are the one who did not take no for an answer, right? So those are the few of the factors, guys. I will say long-term approach, don't underestimate the need of capital, build scale, solve problem through technology, measure everything, right? And don't take no for an answer. Energy and passion are two things which are inseparable from you, but they are very contagious, can motivate hundreds of people around you, right? And above all, also remember, it's better to be lucky than smart. So a lot of time you may do everything perfect by the book and still may not have luck on your side. So, waking up at exactly 7 a.m. to wearing that red color t-shirt, which helps you to raise money, it sounds stupid and minutia, but I follow all those things, right? I mean, both Shop, Clues and Room were launched on 21st November, right? 3 years apart, right? It's like Salman Khan launching his movie on one particular day, right? So anyhow, so as they say, it's better to be lucky than smart. So sometime everything is by the book and still thing may not work. And finally, I would say, the moment you choose an entrepreneurial path, expect that Murphy law will be applied on you, right? And anything which can go wrong will go wrong. Anyone who will not come through will not come through. Anything, so just all I want to say is, the moment you choose entrepreneurial path, stop expecting life as a straight line. There will be ups and there will be down. Sometime you may achieve new height and sometime new low. Sometime new high and new low can be in a 2 hour apart. You are doing your life's biggest celebration, and 2 hours later you're finding a place or maybe a shoulder to cry on, right? So this is how the startup life is. So anyhow, so guys, I think I will stop. Happy to take any questions. Again, thank you for having me. I hope it was worth it. Back to you, Tanvi and Preet.
Hi, sir. Thank you so very much, first of all, for your valuable words and for your presence over here. This session was highly motivating and highly interactive for all of us, highly informative for all of us, I would say. Thank you so much, first of all. There's this one question that I would like to ask as a generic on behalf of everybody is how to raise funding after product market fit.
Capital is the most difficult thing any entrepreneur does. I have spent 8 years of my life on Wall Street, and I was good in that career, right? Still, I can tell you, out of the 2 companies I built and have raised 14 rounds of capital, and I would say close to maybe half a billion dollar in total capital. Capital raising, independent of stage, independent of team, independent of how disruptive it is, how charismatic founder you are, it is never easy, right? But so first of all, I would say, please, I think people sometimes, because it is difficult to raise money, and most people understand it is difficult to raise money, they are very easily ready to give their arm and leg to raise money, right? They oversell, they are overly conscious, and they like to give everything under the sun to the investor to raise the capital, right? So, I often see 5-6 things people making as a mistake. Maybe that is what I'll say, don't do that. And then you'll be able to align yourself better. Number one, keep in mind, please know the stage of your business, right? A 1 year old baby, right? A 1 year old baby, the challenges are diaper, food on time, enough sleep, not being able to communicate, learning, learning to walk or sit or crawl, but falling, right? Not, feeling very, very like feeling not safe in front of strangers, right? All those things are there as a 1 year old boy, 1 year old baby problem. At a 5 year, if you still are wearing diaper, there's a problem. And I'm sorry for the parents whose babies are still wearing diaper at 5, but there's a problem, right? All I'm trying to, why I'm using this analogy to make a point that the startups also have a life and they evolve with that life cycle. In the beginning, you can raise money only by saying, this is who I am, this is my idea, this is my vision, and how big this can be. And I'm jumping or have already jumped into it full time. I'm also talking to a few team members. I have identified office, and I think we are going to soon develop our product or service. This alone, in my view, is worthy enough pitch to raise capital, right? That could be your first capital, right? First external capital. Actually, first capital will be, you will blackmail your dad and mom and say that, give me money, otherwise I'm not going to come back home, right? I mean, that is your first round of capital. But then this is what I mentioned is your first external round of capital. Next is everything which I just said, plus here are my, last time I met you, it was just me. Now I have 40 members. Last time I met you, I was working from my home garage. I have an office now. Last time I met you, I had no product. Here is a logo, here is a branding. This is the early wireframes of the product, right? Last time I met you, I had not even spoken with anyone outside whether they will be interested in my product or service. And here are the 6 people. They haven't started paying for my product or service, but they like it. One of them are willing to even speak to a potential investor, right? That alone is worthy enough for you to get the next round of capital, right? And next time when and the third round of capital could be, here is me, here is my team, here's an office, here is a product works. I have a few people who are using it. We are in early stage of making money, still not making profits, but the company is up and running and everything is everything. And we have raised 2 or 3 rounds of capital. Next is, I have fully developed a value proposition. I'm ready to go country level, growing rapidly. India is growing at the rate of 8% per year, and I'm growing at the rate of 100% per year. A lot of people want to work with me, and a lot of things are doing good, right? And then next is, I'm now fully profitable. I'm a national level brand. So what happened, what I have done is, guys, I have taken to the 6 or 7 stages of a startup. But the biggest problem every one of us make is, even for a day one old startup, we want to tell my team, my office, my product, my customer, the number of capital I have raised, how I'm profitable, and how it is possible. I'm sorry, but a 1-year-old baby cannot convince me that I am no longer dependent for food to someone else. I no longer need diaper. I can run like a Milkha Singh. It is not possible, right? So this is the biggest thing, guys. Please try to match the stage of your business with the money you are seeking and the kind of investor you should be talking. If you are at a stage where the money is going to come from your mom and dad or friends, or the first external capital from the early stage angel investors, if you are spending time with the late stage VC, he'll consume 2 years of your life. He has nothing to lose. He'll learn 2 more things from you about another industry. VCs have a hard time saying yes, but they have a harder time saying no. So they will never say no, and you will keep on spending cycles, right? So anyhow, all I'm saying is, please align yourself in terms of stage of the business with the capital you are raising and the stage at which a particular VC come. Angel investors come in the beginning, early stage VCs come in the beginning to the mid stage, proper full-fledged VC come at the mid stage, private equity and the large balance sheet companies come in the late stage. And so that is how you need to do. Another is, please make sure if you are looking for a job, you always have your resume fully updated. Your LinkedIn profile is fully updated. If you are raising capital, is your investor deck ready? Right? Do you have answer to everything they can ask? When you speak about your own idea, about various aspects of your business, you got to be sound the most authoritative source for those things. If there's anyone else in that room who is sounding more than what you should be sounding, that's not a good news. From market to the product, to the competition, to the customer, to the rules and regulation, to the scale and technology, you need to have everything on your fingertip. You need to exhibit passion and energy, right? You know, money will always follow someone who come across as very daring, courageous, brave, full of valor, right? And someone who can withstand any.
Now I need only.
So can you handle all of that, right? So anyhow, guys, I mean, that is how I would say. And then, you know, again, always believe, you know, you can't just try with 10 people and you got 10 no's and you say, that's it, you know, I tried with everyone. You know, this is a full-time job. The moment you are an entrepreneur and you are dependent on outside capital, you will always be doing money raising almost like a full-time, right? Next month I'll complete 10 years in India. I don't think I had ever any time 1 month in the last 120 months where I did not contact a new investor, did not update my investor pitch, did not try to raise money for the companies I was building. So it's a non-stop job. So I hope that gives all of you some of the sound bites, and I'm sorry for the very long answer for this.
Thank you so much, sir. I guess this was very much valuable for all of us. And thank you so much for taking out your time, from your busy schedule for all of us to motivate us. I'm sure that these kind of ideas will now revolve in our minds and we will create some kind of unicorns in coming future. All of us are very much motivated after talking to you. Thank you so very much, sir. Sir, it's on mute, sir.
Okay, thank you for having me, guys. I enjoyed our interaction. Good luck. If you want to reach me, you can send me an email at sandeep@sandeepagarwal.com. And happy to guide. If you guys visit Gurgaon, you will take a tour to a sausage factory, how a consumer internet company is built. Happy to host you guys in Room campus. And wishing you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. On the behalf of Success Startup Stairs, we are very much thankful. Okay, so guys, as I told you all, that this session is not only going to be very much informative and very knowledgeable for all of us, but it is also going to be very exciting for all of us, because we have few giveaways that I am going to announce the winners of right now, right away in this session. The winners has been decided by our experts team on the behalf of all the knowledge that you have shared today, or on the behalf of your applications today. So we have 3 giveaways in total. So be very careful while I'm taking the names and while I'm sharing the giveaway things. So one startup will win the pitch of their ideas to Mr. Sandeep Agarwal ji directly. 2 startups will get one-on-one mentoring sessions with Mr. Sandeep Agarwal ji, and 5 participants will win the book Fall Again, Rise Again, which is written by Sandeep Agarwal ji. So I'm sure that we are excited to know who has won this. All right. So the first winner that I'm going to announce is 15 minutes pitching session. 15 minutes pitching session, guys. And it goes to Mr. Manoj Kumar. Congratulations, Mr. Manoj Kumar.
Thank you.
All right. And the second that I would like to announce is the 15 minutes mentorship session. Winners of 15 minutes mentorship session. Mr. Joy Chand from Fresh Cut, and Maria Sheikh, the Nutrition Circle. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much.
Congratulations. All right, now we have 5 giveaways to the people who have participated and interacted so well today. The giveaways regarding the prize of a book, Fall Again, Rise Again, and the names are Arsh Duria. Arsh, are you here? Congratulations. CS Shweta Sharma. Congratulations. Dr. Dhinchak. Congratulations. Quick One. Congratulations. And Khilone Wala. Congratulations to all the winners today. I guess now this has added up to the excitement level of this lovely session given by Startup Stairs. Thank you so much, Startup Stairs, once again. Thank you, Preet ma'am, for connecting all of us together once again. And I guess this was a very, very knowledgeable session for all of us. We are very thankful to you.
You're most welcome, Janvi. I am very much thankful to all the audience. What I know that all questions are not, catered by us. So what you can do, you can ask directly over the email, share answers which are, required to be answered. So we'll send over the email, and also upload the session, the recording of the channel. You can follow us the YouTube. You can stay in touch just by following us on Instagram and so we are going to announce that how we are the parameters and what will be the duration of that. So once again, I must say that we are not an incubation center, but we are a seed stage accelerator. So definitely we are going to look forward for the ideas which are at the early stage. And once again, I want to clear that we are focused on 3 domains. One is healthcare, second is education industry, and third is agriculture. And definitely, as Sandeep sir said, that in today's business, things should not be asset heavy. Of course, capital we need, but it should not be people heavy and asset heavy. So we are looking forward for the ideas which are technology based ideas. So we are open to have such kind of the ideas wherein you can be into the B2B mode, you can be into the B2C mode, you can be into the D2C mode. But yes, it should be on the technology base. So that's all about the Startup Stairs. And we are going to give you the support, whatever the support is required, be it the human capital, be it the financial capital, be it the mentorship and guidance, and in all aspects, in all the domains which are the pillars of any of the ideation stage, or I must say the early stage, the legal and the accounts and the digital marketing, social media marketing, and also the complete marketing overview. So that's how we are working towards the empowerment of the youth, and we are encouraging entrepreneurship among the youth, and that's how we are supporting Atmanirbhar Bharat. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you guys, and please follow Startup Stairs on all the social media platforms. We have given the links. We have also written down the email ID of Sandeep sir in the chat column. You can take it from there. And any doubts, any confusions, and all the winners can connect directly to the team of Startup Stairs. Thank you so much once again for this lovely, lovely session.